The story begins in 1973 with the Soviet in the central jail where a man named Bohemian the prisoner was imprisoned about 2 years ago. He saw that the captain was sitting in he was a ruthless man who used to do anything for his own pleasure. The prisoners were beaten badly. Bohemian finds out about a workshop where every prisoner dreams of working. In fact, every prisoner who saw that workshop will serve 2 days from his prison sentence. 3 days were reduced and also in the workshop while working. The focus remains on the work itself and the days would pass comfortably. Then one day Don called the Bohemian to his office and told him he was given a chance to get his sentence reduced. Wanted Bohemians to create such a team. Do what you earn by working in the workshop doubles the productivity as well. Said that if his team could do twice the work if successful, in a year Bohemian will be released. The warden said the team can choose any prisoner of their choice, but when the Bohemian said he could make if he wants to choose a prisoner named Chet, the warden flatly refused to do this. In the film, Chet was very dangerous murderer in which he slaughtered 2 persons. 2 people were seriously murdered, but at the same time when Bohemian said, "She's worked very hard, I can do if team needs." Therefore warden was "It's on my words" was agreed. Bohemian also then finally offered this team comprising his friends were Chet Needles and Old Master. In addition, the captured prisoner's name as Gracie were there besides Bohemian's friends. A bit afraid of Chet, so he just explained Bohemia to Chet not to take my words or action into account by just keeping in mind actually Chet and Bohemian somehow were great friends, cause sometimes one Chet previously saved the Bohemians from death, so on some pretext he soon the prisoners will move ahead to work. I went inside and pinned needles on the shoulder of one guard. He was teased by making him anger a lot, came close but didn't beat up. Because of great work inside he has to execute in that area. Well, we noticed that the scene where every one of prisoners was getting ready inside to do any work, a man came with bars of chocolate distribution to every prison. On hearing the guard say that because it is boys that his wife got birth of, now the captain stopped the guard because of such crime. Guard asked to stay aside from prisoner, telling them and making them warning through him they weren't to maintain space between the prisoner in order, because if they feel prisoners then they also is an animal like them. Don't matter that no matter. He keeps thinking, how about the animal, the soft type human being gets consumed raw by some animals while there is an urgent problem at work in the factory of Bohemian and was created as in the factory inside there had problems started to set up inside to start, which had failed to kick that machine that gave a sign. The captain is refraining the Bohemia as because he wanted so. At such time signal also gave from where he sat a distance so as to come behind the Chats. At that moment as soon as Chats said inside something was wrong for him, his friend Ceci got hold of him inside the machine. The pigeon bird found inside, so get out because otherwise I'll have stuck inside, so need to make collaboration to break free inside, while me also trying a bit didn't get chance cause there are tool and machines. Due to the tool and machinery this captain and jailer have remained inside. I call them over who are behind bars to go so see the state of the machines that you call it to just look. Chat threatens him and says that if he does that, if you do anything, he will kill the captain, to which the captain angrily said that in them no one will be left alive, due to which all got quite scared. Then the Bohemian said that he leaving the captain and the guards back to work. Master and Cressy should also be there. I agreed with Bohemian, but Needle knew that if he left the captain then he would then the Bohemian will lose his life. Tried to free the guard with the help of Chet, but Chet said that as long as that pigeon was free, unless this happens, the work will not start. Now the Bohemian machine will not do again. Tried to open it but failed. Tacit said that if this pigeon was killed then I will kill this guard too. After hearing this the captain laughed and said that Chet was a small boy, why is there so much fuss over the bird? Then he jokes that Chet's dead brothers started blowing and which Chet got angry. I ran to kill the captain, but then the rest the prisoners somehow managed to calm him down. The Bohemian knew that soon the rest of the prison the guards must be arriving there, so he made a plan that he would kill the captain and the guards will release him so that in return he too gets the right so that I can go back to jail safely. Well, it will take some time. The guard came and started knocking on the door. The captain shouted and explained the whole scenario to them. The Bohemian gave his word by walking to the door. Somewhere there the guards closed the door from outside. They started opening it. Then a guard sat in the car. The old man went to call the rest of the guards. Master said that he should go out and ask the guard. He will talk to you, then he will raise his hands and leave the door. When he came out, a guard had a gun on him. Then suddenly that guard, without any warning, immediately after speaking, a bullet was fired which killed the master. He died on the spot when his friends came to know about this. Bohemian, in anger, he broke the control unit, due to which the door got closed again and then some. After some time the jail ward and an ambulance reached there. Warden said he would talk to those prisoners. Vardon wants to solve the matter by tried to send the policemen away, so that the prisoners do not take any wrong step out of fear. But the police chief is ready to move from there. There was no group of prisoners inside. She was stuck and couldn't understand anything. Then Bohemian took the captain, gave him water and told him to leave the door. Surrender yourself to the police. But Cressy said that they all had the same. Whatever happened to the old master will happen only then. Also threatened that if anybody opened the door, then the guard and he will kill the captain and then kill his own people. See, you guys finally got it. If they want to get out of this mess alive, so they had to get the pigeon out alive. It must be here that the police chief told the warden that he is given 1 hour in which the matter is resolved. It has to be resolved, otherwise the police will be called forcefully. I'll have to get in. Then Warden said I spoke to the prisoners through a microphone and I told him, brother, look at the captain and the guard, leave it, it's for your own good. Warden tried to convince them that nothing will be done to them and this act, then we will just consider it a mistake and forget it. Bohemian once again tried to open the machine. He thought of giving it a try and at the same time he told Captain free chat from chains by taking the key from when Needle protested against it. The Bohemian said he would set the pigeon free. He opened the door and surrendered himself to the police. From now on, between Needle and Bohemian, the Needle started working with the tool just as Bohemian was about to die. He picked him up from behind and threw him against the wall. After that they all got busy in opening the machine and then Chet, in a short while, with the force of his arms, I opened the lid, but there was still another layer was yet to be taken down. He saw that the pigeon was also alive. Then the Bohemian asked the hatch that he tried so hard to save our pigeon, why is he giving? Then Chet told him that he has nightmares every day in which he is buried alive in the grave. He screams badly, but in the end he gives up. Now he dies due to suffocation. He was seeing himself in this pigeon and I don't know why I thought that if this pigeon could survive, if he goes, maybe he will be saved too. The nightmares will stop. Well, then Bohemian asked the guard for help in opening the machine. He said that first they should release the captain, should be done so that the captain can go out. He could tell everything to the police. But the Needle was not there for him, was not at all willing to leave, and then suddenly he attacked the captain with a stick. The Bohemian asked the guard if Brother C might let this rest with the captain. Then you too will be killed along with us, because bullets just to save you. The government will not reject its use. Again the Bohemian even put the guards in chains when I threatened to tie him up. He came to help me, the police captain, and the warden was wondering how to resolve the matter. The warden is convinced that captain and the guard is still alive in the workshop. Cersei and the guards bring in a tool from another room. Cressy, who went to fetch him, reported that Chet he wasn't a bad man, but one night wrecked his entire life. Chet's brother's life was completely destroyed that night. It was a wedding and he drank too much alcohol. When Hatch's brother asked him to stop, Hatch killed his own brother while intoxicated. When his father tried to stop him, Hatch murdered him too. Sometime later, when he gained consciousness, he turns himself over to the police. Well, then all the prisoners, while trying to open the machine, he miraculously got injured outside. From Verdun to speak to the Bohemian, actually called as the door for their time. An hour had passed, but the Bohemian said that they have to take out the pigeon alive. It will take 1 more hour for that. Then Word spoke to the captain tied up inside. He said that there is no pigeon here and these prisoners are only looking for an opportunity to escape. Well, then Word said he had 60 to release the captain and the guards. There are still a few minutes left. And then Vardon remembers Bohemian. I explained him why his brother is messing with him. I had told you with life that the workshop within 1 year after completion of the work I will do it to you. But when the other prisoners, when he heard this, he got very angry because that meant that the Bohemian used them for his benefit. Seeing this, the captain began laughing loudly, felt, and Bohemian punched him. Then he began releasing the captain. Then the Needle opposed him. Then the Bohemian said they will only free the captain and the guards. Then when he came out with the captain, suddenly the police chief opened fire at them. Now the Bohemian immediately brought the captain back and the situation got worse again. Here outside, the warden, furious police chief, punched in the face. The chief punched me but asked what happened. Brother, their time is up, take them out, our soldier requires a truck there only. Then several policemen arrived, while on the other side all prisoners are busy making holes in the lid of the machine. Then the Bohemian made its mark in it, trying to take the pigeon out by inserting your hand, but the needle did not touch him. There is also an opportunity of cutting the lid with the help of a grinder. He had attempted but to no avail, so he finally opted to drill another hole. But they didn't have the weapons. Then the Bohemian requested the captain to give him a gun. The soldiers took the room keys and they found them out there ready to attack the workshop. The prisoner in the room was welding iron using a welding machine. They were trying to melt it, but they have to run the machine. Then the captain did not come to help them. The captain came forward and attacked. The soldiers made preparations to explode a bomb at the door. The prisoners finally managed to open the machine, but that pigeon will not fly from there. I wanted to. Then the captain took out his gun attacks on the prisoners, but suddenly Chet jumped her and grabbed his neck. Then Chet grabbed his. He was killed brutally by pressing his head with a stone, and the guard was left stunned after looking at this. After this, Chet brought out the pigeon and cleaned him with water when suddenly the door, but there was a huge explosion and many soldiers were killed inside. All the prisoners who entered lay down on the ground in fear, but Chet stood up and dove into the air. He blew it up. That's when the police chief ordered to open fire, and after this incident the hatch died on the spot, but the rest of the prisoners, the pigeon feels free while lying on the ground. The police chief also started celebrating. He tried to kill me, but the guard from behind the guard stopped him and lied that Hatcher had them all imprisoned, and because of this the prisoners were sent back without any punishment. Bohemian and his team were sent to jail, so Chat became a hero and the pigeon was. As soon as he was freed, Chat's purpose in life was accomplished. If it happened and he passed away, then what is your opinion? Say Hat did the right thing in the comments. Tell me. See you in next video.